Hey there, mate. What's happening? How you going?
How are you?
Doing well. Welcome along, everybody, to another week of Wolfe Pack. We're nearing the end of the year and our first season, as you might say, in this
And
segment.
hasn't it gone
Hasn't it
quick?
been quick?
No, mate. Good to see you. Happy Friday, everybody. It is,
Yeah,
man. The year is going so quick. It's like we're December now. Like we're going to be at Christmas, and went out today to do a bit of shopping, and it was like people everywhere, and which is
yeah.
not.
It's
It
get
is not. Mind you, it is nice after the year we have to go out and see people everywhere shopping and doing their thing. So, anyway, cheers, mate. Good to see you.
yeah.
Happy Friday.
Cheers. Happy
Cheers.
Friday.
Happy Friday. Oh my God, supporting Victoria.
Well, they've had a hard time recently, and I just want to show
Want
my
to be with
public
them?
support.
Can I just say before we start, that is a wonderful cap you have.
It is a wonderful cap.
Play some country. But I thought you were getting a bit political there for a second.
Oh,
But
I just thought I'd trick you guys. No, it is a great cap. I love this cap. Got it today in the mail from Second Rodeo Clothing, a great small business, Australian owned, top bloke that runs it, and
yeah,
yeah, good to support those guys. So
yeah, I'd love
yeah.
one.
Well, mate,
I'd love one.
should have jumped on the Black Friday sale, mate.
I should have. I
Sure.
should. Lots of comments. Vaughan Jones is on. Hey, Vaughan, good to see you,
Oh,
mate.
good everyone.
Welcome everybody. Leave a comment. Hit the share button. Tonight we're catching up with the one and only Nolsey. It's been a great couple of weeks. Kevin Bloody Wilson last week.
Oh,
Nolsey
how good
this
was
week.
that?
Oh,
How good was Kevin
just,
Bloody Wilson?
Oh
It was
my
amazing.
God, I'm still recovering.
I
But
know.
geez, funny guy, but also really nice guy. Hey, from Beaconsfield. Hey, good to see you.
I'm surprised it didn't get taken down, to be honest. But it
Yeah.
didn't, and we were away, and it was great. I had a bloody ball with Kev last week. So yeah, tonight we've got the one, the only Shannon Noll, our good mate, and someone who's been requested to get on the show since we started doing this, and we finally tracked him down. So that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And I thought to kick it off, I might do one of my favourite Knowlesy tracks for you all.
Sure. All right, take it away.
Well, this is what I like to call my CrossFit anthem, and it's called Lift. I know you're hurting, feels like you're learning about life the hard way, and it ain't working. Feels like forever that you've been falling. It's time to move on. Your life is calling, yeah. This was never meant to be the end. Close the book and start again. 'Cause I know how hard it can get. You gotta lift. You gotta lift. And sometimes that's how it is. I know you're stronger than this. You gotta lift. You gotta lift. When you can feel your whole body's aching, what's left of your heart, it won't stop breaking. You gotta let go. You took a hit. Time to move on now. Move on from this. This was never meant to be the end. Close the book and start again. 'Cause I know how hard it can get. You gotta lift. You gotta lift. 'Cause sometimes that's how it is. I know you're stronger than this. You got to lift yourself up above all the hurt. Don't give in. Drop your eyes and remember you're better let them know that they took their best shot and they missed. Come on and live, 'cause I know how hard it can get. You gotta live, you gotta live. And sometimes that's how it is. I know you're stronger, stronger than this. Baby, I know how hard it can get. You gotta live, you gotta live. Sometimes that's how it is. I know you're stronger, stronger than this. You gotta live, you gotta live, you gotta live, you gotta live.
Well, Nick, our next guest is a mate. We've gigged together. We've written songs together. We've got a little bit drunk together.
Possible.
A great bloke, an Aussie legend. Very happy to call this guy one of our mates, and we're really happy to finally get him on the Wolfe Pack Live. So everybody, please welcome the one, the only, the legend himself, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Shannon Noll.
What an intro. Mate, we're good.
Cool.
How are you, man?
Going good, buddy. Yeah, good. Just flat out at the moment, which is a bit of a contrast to how the rest of the year's gone. But
Yeah.
take it while you can get it, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're back working a bit, back gigging?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. I've been flat out actually. I've probably had 6 or 8 weeks straight on the road, 3 or 4 shows a weekend. So it's been really good.
Oh, how good's that? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not quite to that level yet, but we're starting to get the toe into the water and getting a few shows under the belt. So yeah, good
cool.
that it's all heading that way. But mate, yeah, nice to chat. We haven't caught up for a little while. One of the last times we caught up, we had a rather big adventure. You came down. We wrote a song. We hung out. Then we took you up into the deep wilderness of Tasmania, and then I remember waking up the next day and you weren't there anymore, and one of our mates' dads actually took you to the airport, which is what we were meant to do. And when we eventually got back into phone reception, we had messages from our wives wondering if we were alive. So obviously you got home all right, and geez, it was a good time though.
Oh, mate, no, it was absolutely great. Don't worry about that. Definitely on the edge of the wilderness up there. It was fantastic. I can only remember about half the night. That was a problem.
Well, I think the big problem was the old man was still with us at that point, and the old man had his steel gun, and he was feeding the moonshine into the three of us quicker than I think we could drink it. Oh my God, the headache! I think it still haunts me to this day. But,
Yeah.
No, we definitely had a crack, mate. It was great. Yeah, I was really saddened to hear the passing of your dad, and I really cherished that chance we had to all hang out together,
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Good.
He really took a shine to you, didn't he? You guys just hit it off. It was really nice.
Absolutely, mate. He's an absolute champion, that's for sure.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Now, Nolsey, lots to talk about. First off, I want to talk about the picture of you with this python. Look at you. Have a look at that. That is wonderful. Is there anything you can't do?
Mate, yeah, it was a bit of a spur of the moment, that whole setup with the big fella. There's a heap of British backpackers all. They were packing it all right. They were a little bit upset. They were a bit scared and terrified, but. So he was all curled up in a storeroom next to where they were all sitting outside having a beer. So I thought we'd better get him out of there before someone hurts him. So, but he was all coiled up, sort of just looking at me like that. So I was a little bit dubious about just reaching in there, but I ended up getting him out, and then he got tangled around the table, and we ended up finally catching him and then releasing him out into the bush, mate. So the backpackers were pretty flabbergasted, to say the least.
I reckon they would be.
I would be.
They're going.
I want to talk about how your social media. There's been a trend that's developed over the years in the comments. And look, just to quote an example, it was this picture, and the example I've got is, for example, wouldn't be the first thing you've planted in an old wheelbarrow. Hey, Nosey, nah, just watering your garden, Cobber. Anyway, while I've got you, mate, mind if I get my old fluffy dice keychain back off you when you get a chance? The bloody cheese and kisses has been hounding me for it. Cheers, Kanga. Have a bloody bonza one. Hooroo. Cheers, Cobber. Bye. I mean, that's a very tame example of what happens on your photos, and they're very creative and sometimes very offensive and funny. But what is the origin of that? How did that happen?
Well, it started off. There's a songwriting week in town. It's 50 songs in 5 days. It's called. Anyway, there's a US producer that comes out for it, and every Wednesday night during this week he does a big cook up with fish tacos.
Right.
Anyway, I've never been able to make it to the dinner, so I was at home one day and I made my own fish tacos, and without even thinking about it, I'm pretty proud of them. So I did this post going like, "Yeah, here's me fish tacos." And that's when everyone started going, "I bet that's not the first fish taco you've had." No.
Okay.
So that's where that started. And then a couple of weeks later, I was working at a studio in King's Cross there, and I found this $5 note on the ground. And it had stains all over it and rips out of it. And I just sort of I was intrigued by it because I just thought, imagine the story this could tell, you know. So I posted it up. Then everyone started going, "Oh, that's my $5 note. I'll get it back off you and I'll see you next, caller."
Okay.
So we put them two together, so they sort of turned into this, this sort of structure.
It's quite amazing. You could almost like release a small coffee table book of just those comments, and it's just amazing. Like it's some of the best reading you'll find on the internet, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, I started baiting them then a little bit because we got my fans bought me a horse for a 10-year anniversary of Idol. Anyway, we went down to see. We had an adjustment on just down the road, half an hour down the road. And I went to see her and I said, "Oh, great to see this wonderful horse today. Just a shame I didn't have time to ride her."
Oh God.
So of course it was, "Oh, but that's not the first filly you've ridden, Nosey."
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
Well, you have an extremely loyal fan base. We've seen loyal fan bases like touring with Lee Kernaghan. You know, there's some loyal fans. Yours are exactly the same, and we've been very lucky to now have our own sort of loyal fan base.
Yeah.
How's it changed? Has it changed over the last few years, like with these sort of the social media stuff sort of going on, or is it still that loyal crew that were with you from the Idol days?
Yeah, I think there's obviously the core base group of people still are still there, loud and strong, mate. You know, they're the ones that turn up to every gig they can, sort of thing. But just over the last couple of years, I've really noticed every gig nearly from the start, there'd be pockets of young blokes, you know what I mean? Who, and so 4 or 5, but now it's a few more than that at most shows. So, we've played a lot of pubs in that last year, and they were out in full force, you know, and loose as.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when we did the show together in Tamworth, there was a bit of a rowdy crew of that. They had some sort of shirts or something made, and it's a whole thing, mate. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, mate, it's great. And as you guys would know as much as anyone, you know, without the fan support, none of us got a career. So, you know, I'm so hang on, so glad you're right. Sorry, the little fella, mate.
Hey, mate.
Oh, mate.
Look at him. Got him lifting weights already.
Yes, love it.
That's wonderful.
So, they're so important, mate. You know, and they're the ones, you know, that put the food on the table for us. So,
100%.
It's just great. It's great to see a new generation coming through. Now, there's a lot of young sort of girls and that out there that got put onto me through their mother or their father or their parents, you know. But I think the young Aussie contingent now is sort of just Rosh.
No, this is quality. This is what it's all about. This is quality. This is what.
Bloody good to catch up with him.
What a great guy. What a
And
great
glad that we got to the origins of what that commenting format actually came from. So,
Look,
because it's a very bloody entertaining read. Highly recommend checking out some Nollsy posts if you want a good laugh. It's a very good time.
Absolutely. Look, if you haven't seen it, just read a post, and it's hilarious, honestly. And there's some posts that will just go viral, like that Python one. There's like thousands and thousands and thousands of comments. So wonderful,
Really
Nick. In honor of Shannon Noll week on the Wolfe Pack, going to do a couple of Nollsies now.
Let's call it Nollsy night.
Nollsy night.
Like that.
We used to play this one. I think maybe it's his second album. It's a song called Shine. Yep. We used to play this. I can remember playing this at the Beachside Hotel, but we used to do it in C. Now, Nollsy sings quite high, and he does it in G. Set myself the challenge tonight. Original key. Let's just make sure I can read all the words. Original key. Here we go. Get up, get up, get up, come on, lift your head. Come on, get up and out of bed. Today's your day, you hold the world with your song. Go now, go now, go now, help escalate. Angels come down, help with this parade. To hear your voice ring out, come on and shout and let your song be heard. This is the time, this is the day that we've been waiting for. All the world will stop to watch you shine. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, sing your hymn. This is the new national anthem. We all stand on guard to say, you be heard. Go now, go now, go now, all the cannons. How beautiful this world has become. Now everyone will see what I believe, that these words should be sung. This is the time, this is the day that we've been waiting for. All the world will stop to watch you shine. This is the time, this is the day that we've been waiting for. All the world will stop to watch you shine. And if you fall, and if you fall, and if you trust and yes, it will come true. Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. This is the time. This is the day that we've been waiting for. All the world will stop to watch you shine. This is the time. This is the day that we've been waiting for. All the world to stop and watch you shine. Ow!
Mate, you're obviously a genuine country boy, as we all know, and it's really cool to see you get a #1 country song in Australia recently with your collaboration with Southbound. Mate, how did that all come about?
Yeah, mate, it was just an idea. I think they were talking about trying to get someone to collaborate with them, and then my booking agent put me onto it, and I did a bit of research on the girls, and they're all just fantastic. You know, they're all very, very talented in their own rights. And this band, I just thought it was a great idea. You know, there's been such success with all girl groups in overseas, as we know, with Pussycat Dolls and Spice Girls and all that sort of thing. So I thought it was a really cool concept for an Australian country super all girl group. So we got in there, and obviously the first writing session we did was over Skype, and it's the first one I've ever done over Skype, which was a little bit of a learning curve. But I went back into the studio a couple of weeks later, and we started a whole new track and wrote it in about 4 hours, and then then did all the parts and recorded all the vocals and all that, and the girls put it out there, and it was.
He's loving it.
He's like you, mate. He's like you.
He's been escorted from the premises.
Get out.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful. It's like a real nosy gig. Get out. No, it's wonderful, mate. I love a comment from you. I think you came to the Golden Guitars one year, and someone must have said to you, one of the media must have said to you, well, you know, why are you here, Shannon? Like, you know, you're not a country artist. And I think your reply was, well, these guys might be country artists, but I bet you I can shear more sheep than every single one of them.
Yeah, that's what I said. Well, it was funny because I'd been invited to present. So I'm sort of I was thinking to it going like, well, I'm presenting. That's why I'm here. If you'd done your notes or your research, you would be aware of that.
Yeah.
But then I thought, well, I'll chuck a bit of a sting in the tail as well, and said, well, it's country music for our awards, isn't it? I bet I can shear more sheep than anybody else.
That's beautifully delivered.
Well, Luke Diggins would have me for sure now.
Yeah. Luke's probably probably everyone else apart from Luke, though, mate.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's something I've never mastered, mate. You know, I've watched, you know, penned up a lot, worked on the board and all that stuff, but never really nailed the shearing. And we got a few sheep at home there, and I thought, I bought these electric shears off eBay. I've seen enough of these. I know how it goes. You know, I'll do this. And somehow I took 20 minutes on one, and it ended up with like a lion's mane somehow.
No, mate. I've got a few sheep here now on this little property we're on at the moment, and I've got they're called Sam's. They're South African meat merino, so. The wool's fairly high quality, but they're big fat sheep as well, so they're dual purpose. Anyway, I got a Sam's ram as well. Call him Sam, funnily enough. And I tried to shear him the other day, and he's just, I don't know whether I'm getting old or the sheep are getting stronger, but he just put his head back like that, and I couldn't bend him or anything. It took me 15 minutes to get him done. I had to pull him in and out of gear and readjust. Anyway, I was talking to the son of the farmer that I bought the sheep off, and I tell him about how hard he was to shear, and they went, "Oh, mate, none of the shearers shearing without drugging them." Now out home, he said they get the old horse tranquilizer out and load them up, and then he said then they're easy. I said, whatever's left after the end of the day, the shearers have on the way home. So I must remember that. I just got to make sure I don't have any before I shear him.
Yes. Beautiful.
I just joking.
No, it's great. It's great. That's wonderful.
Shearing tips with Nollsy. This is fantastic. And bloody.
I just love what when they don't have, they just have on the way home. Bloody.
Cheers to all the shearers out there. Incredible job you guys do. I don't know how the hell you bloody do it. It's absolutely. I
actually went up and had a go, Nick. Got 10. Oh, actually got about 12 here now. I had a few lambs, but went up to our good mate of ours, Richard Clark, who's got a farm sort of in the Midland area of Tasmania, and went up and took our sheep up, and that's how we catch up. So I went up and he sheared him for us, and he says, "You want to go?" And I reckon I got half a sheep. And then I'd sort of lost the hold of him. And he's like, do you want to continue? I was like, I think you can finish it. And
I bet the sweat was pouring out of you. And
the sweat
was so hard. Like, if you don't know, like, it's such an art and a skill to hold them in such a way that they don't move. And if you don't know what you're doing, they're just fighting you all the time. And
absolutely,
it's so hard.
That's
Anyway.
why we stick to the guitar, mate.
We'll stick to the guitars and let Nolsey and qualified other shearers do the sheep shearing. Tom, what have you got for us, mate?
Well, you can't have Shannon Noll without having this song.
Okay.
Well, there's a little boy waiting down the counter of the corner shop. He's been waiting down there, waiting half the day. They never ever see him from the top. He gets pushed around, knocked to the ground, and he gets to his feet and he screams, "What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live, but you just take more than you give." Well, there's a pretty girl serving at the counter of the corner shop. She's been waiting down there, waiting for her dreams. Her dreams walk in and out, they never stop. Well, she's not too proud to cry out loud. She runs to the street and she screams, "What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live, but you just take more than you give." So take a step back and see the little people. They may be young, but they're the ones that make a big, big, big. So listen as they whisper, "What about me?" Now I'm standing on the corner of the world, gone home. Nobody's been changed, nobody's been saved, and I'm feeling cold and alone. But I guess I'm lucky, smile a lot, but sometimes I wish for more. Did I go? What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live, but you just take more. What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live, but you just take more. You just take more. You just take more than you give. What about me? What about me? What about me? Now, you're sort of very similar to us in the way your music and like growing up on a farm and it's actually really interesting playing music with your brothers. And I know you recently, you and your brothers put out a version of I Was Only 19, which is really cool. And actually, funnily enough, I remember you showing us a demo of when you guys must have played it back in the pubs like years ago when you came down here in like 2015. And when you put it out, I was like, I've heard that before. It's really cool.
We recorded it just over in Dubbo 20 years ago now, I suppose. Went over there and we hired out the engineer and the studio on that because obviously, there's no studios, recording studios, within 200 kilometres of home. So we went and we recorded a handful of songs and Only 19 was one of them. And it's just it's such a great feeling to have something that we'd been sitting on for 20 years to finally, come to fruition, if you know what I mean. So we all got on, even though the boys were all in lockdown, so we had to go and film ourselves doing our bits for the film clip, which was an ISO film clip to say the least.
Yeah,
but,
and you guys have been playing. You guys have been playing live and stuff a bit more together now too. Is that right?
Yeah, a little bit, mate. Dame and I have been. Dame's still back playing drums with me now. Ad's up in casinos, so it's a bit hard, a bit far away for him be playing with us. But whenever we do get a chance, like we go home every now and then, we go down and have a jam night down the pub.
Yeah, cool.
Everyone gets up and has a play, and now it's funny because our kids are getting up to have a sing in that now. Dame's daughter's 21 or 22, and she's a great little singer. And
Wow.
my eldest Cody got up and belted out a bit of Drive last time we were there, and it was just memories you can't sort of, you can't. It's so special, you know.
Yeah.
That's so
Has he
cool.
inherited your sort of epic range and stuff?
Yeah, he's learning, mate. I think he's really keen on doing something. Don't think he realised that you just got to actually practice and and actually put some time into it. He's just going to walk straight in and sing like a bird, mate. I suppose, but that's his generation, I suppose.
That's fair.
Would there ever be an album of you and your brothers?
Mate, no way I'd rule that out. You know, I'd love to do something with him. Dame's an extremely good songwriter. And I've been speaking to him lately about what he's doing moving forward. He's just flat out at Harvest at the moment. I think he's having a good time because he did a big post on Facebook the other day. Oh, isn't life just grand? So I reckon he was having a pretty
good run.
On the tools out there.
Yeah.
He smashed a finger or something. I don't know what he did, but anyway. So but yeah, if we can all get enough time together, which we don't get enough time together these days, which is really saddening with being spread all over the place. But I would think he's been writing, so I'd love to get in with him and Ad and try and knock something out and maybe visit that area, you know.
Cool.
And mate, you've got a new single out yourself at the moment?
Yeah. It's called Wonderful, mate. It's just it's a bit of a ballady type, probably tribute to the bigger sort of ballads I did back in the past, like Lonely and stuff like that. So, and it's a love song too, and I haven't done a love song lyric for storyline song for a long time now. So it was just really nice and refreshing to get in that headspace, and it's I just really like it because I've always said, like, big bands like Bon Jovi and Whitesnake and things like that, and even Skid Row, you know, they're all remembered for their big power ballads. So, a lot of people aren't necessarily fans of their main sound or style, but whenever they put out a big ballad, everyone sort of seems to be get behind it and support it. So, you know, I thought when this one came along and we worked on it a bit, I just thought it's a great opportunity to visit that, you know, yesteryear sort of. I mean, I don't want to date it, but I really like the structure of it, and it's right up that alley. Yeah,
and you've been blessed with that epic high rock voice that suits the power ballad so bloody well. So that's awesome.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, mate.
All right, well, thanks to Kicks Country Radio, we're going to take a listen to Nollsy do that live and intimate and acoustic. So here's Knowles and the boys with Wonderful.
Hey, my new single, Wonderful. I should never look behind that hour I left your side. But something I just can't change. I did what I did. Maybe I just couldn't quit. I really think this man told me to stay. I've been tossing and turning. I'm all out of running. My wheels won't tell me that you are my everything. I could do. Swear I'd give anything for no loving you. Take back the words I said. You are the best. I was the one to fall. You some kind of wonderful. Baby, I wouldn't want it any other way. Your voice still echoes out my walk till the rain I fall. You don't call every little breath that I take. Now there's panic in my head. I ain't heard from you yet. I'm feeling the bad left to sing. You are my everything. I could lose. Swear
back the words I said. You were there. I was the one to fall, yeah. I've been dancing in the devil tonight. I'm a pretty my wind this time. I'm calling. Can you hear me calling? Now I got to say goodbye. I'm standing here asking myself why. You my everything. I was a fool. Swear I did anything for a woman like you. Take back the words I said. You were the better. I was the one to fall. You were my kind of wonderful. My kind of wonderful. My kind of wonderful. My kind of wonderful.
Mate, you've been singing a lot over your life, like obviously from Idol, and I know in the early days you guys toured heavily.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how's the voice still? Like, and I hear you sing. I think you're singing better than ever. Like, how do you
Yeah,
sort of
mate.
look after it? Like,
Mate, I'm approaching everything a bit different now. Obviously, I never had a lesson or a vocal coach or anything like that, so it took a little while, and I had to grow up a bit too, probably, I'd say, in the brain. But nowadays, it took me a while for that, I'll tell you.
yeah. Oh, I'm
And
still working on it.
Not saying I'm matured in any way. Yeah. But yeah, I reckon I definitely am singing better. We're recording an acoustic album as we speak, and I sort of got 4 gigs in a row, and I'd never used to do a lot of 4 gigs except for the beginning when we do 5 nights a week sort of thing, you know. But so I went in there, I cut the vocals on 11 songs this morning. So like to be able to just know how to use your voice again now, know what works for it, and I'm just lucky I haven't, you know, really, touch wood, burned it out or anything yet. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that won't happen, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
I'm really happy with how I'm singing at the moment, and I think my range is, you know, I'm singing Switch Me On and hitting them notes at the end. So you know, if I can do that live, then I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, they're up there. That's awesome.
Yeah. Switch Me On again. Yeah, it's all good.
I remember when I first heard that, I was like,
yeah, it's all good. It's all good in the studio until you get out on the road. You start going.
Yeah. Hey, we had Alex Smith on, obviously, from who's singer of What About Me.
Yeah.
We had a few people on this during this year, like Ross Wilson, and guys who've had some really big hits, like songs that they just will have to sing for the rest of their life. And you've got the same, obviously, like What About Me, Drive, you know, a heap of others. But what's it like having that song? Like, you know, you have to sing it every night. Like, do you get sick of it?
Mate, I'm really lucky with that because I still really enjoy singing What About Me. Like, I've growing up, I watched all the interviews with John Farnham talking about how much he hates Sadie.
yeah.
And I was sort of going, when What About Me was really kicking off, I was thinking to myself, oh, well, that's put that in the set for the rest of my life. You know? But I mean, to hear the crowd, you know, sing the first, because we always sort of put the mic out to the crowd for the first chorus, and to hear how passionately they sing it and how loud and how you know, boisterous they are, and in the moment they are singing it, and that never gets old, really. You know,
No.
I think Darryl Braithwaite's, you know, a whole nother level with how Horses has been the same for him, you know. But to have people singing that your song back to you like that is just it's a great feeling, and I think it's something that I'm not over yet by a long shot, and I hope I never get over, you know.
Yeah, it's amazing too, because obviously What About Me is a cover, but I think I would almost go say there'd be so many Australians would think of it more as your song.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, which I think's a credit to you, because you know, to do a cover of such a great song and do it so well that it becomes such a part of you, like that's Yeah, 10 out of
Yeah.
tick. There's
Yeah,
your
thank
Sadie.
you. Yeah, mate. I mean, I was just very, very lucky in the sense that "What About Me" is just an iconic, perfectly crafted song. You know, it tugs at the heartstrings and it speaks to people. You know, so to be able to sort of introduce that song to a whole new generation it's just such a wonderful thing, and it just goes to show how brilliant that song is. Yeah, to be able to win over fans just so many times and over and over and over again. You know, when people come along, they haven't heard it, they go, "Damn, that it's a great song." You know, so it's a credit to the song itself, mate. You know, I was just very lucky that that I got the chance to sing it and it worked. So yeah, it's a really great feeling and just a blessing that I got to have a chance of singing that song.
Mate, we won't keep you forever because you've got a little fellow kicking trucks across the room.
Yeah, I know.
But mate, what's next? Like, what's next in 2021? And probably also, what do you want to sort of do next? Obviously, you've achieved a hell of a lot and kicked a lot of goals. You just had a country #1, as we talked about. Like, what do you sort of want to do next,
mate? Yeah, well, we're looking to do an acoustic album. As I said before, I've never done that before, which I'm really really keen to do. I think every artist that most people have supported over the years. James Rain's done one, Jimmy's done one. Everyone sort of does one eventually or at some stage in their career. So to be able to do that's really exciting at the moment. I had just a great time watching these songs come together and over the last couple of weeks. And we're putting a couple of originals on there as well. I'm actually putting Alone on there, a song I wrote by myself like 20 years ago. So to finally find a home for that, I'm over the moon.
That's cool.
So yeah, I think I'm playing that to you guys.
You did. That's an amazing song. Amazing song. And because I'm actually, that makes me so happy to know that's actually going to be recorded.
Everyone who was up the bush that night, because he played it that night, or Byron Thomas and all the fellas from up there, they just still talk about, remember that song he played, and it was bloody amazing. So that'll be great that people get to hear that.
Well, look, I was humming it before we did this interview, and you've literally played it to me twice in my life. So I think that's sort of saying something. It's pretty damn catchy, man.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks. So to find a home for that is finally is a really great feeling. So, I think especially with what happened this year, like I was sort of had a really great year coming up, probably the best year I'd had in a long time. So, it was really I know. So I'm looking forward to next year because a lot of stuff from this year's moved over to next year. So if we do this acoustic album for the first half, and then the second half of next year will be a lot of the festivals that we didn't get to do this year. So I'm looking for a big year next year. I've just signed new management, and they seem to be really going well and really kicking goals and just keen, mate. So that's a great feeling to have hungry people around you to sort of push and push. So, but I'm going to have to slow down a little bit. I'm having that day off in like 3 weeks at the moment because I've been doing press with the single. I shouldn't be whinging about it, of course, but
no.
6 months, just that 6 months off.
Well,
mate, thank you very much for talking to us today. You're a very busy man and bloody great to catch up. And thank you heaps.
Thanks so much, guys. Really looking forward to seeing you in person. We can have a beer and Merry Christmas to you and your families and to all the listeners out there. And take care and have a great Chrissy.
You're a legend.
Catch you, mate.
See you, mate.
Good on you, boys.
Bloody top bloke.
I really love him. Like, he's a bit of a buffhead, bit of a troublemaker from time to time, but you love him, because at the core of him, he's such a good-hearted guy who would literally give you the shirt off your back to help you. And for us, he's always been so nice and so kind. And even that interview tonight, how great he was with the old man and his beautiful words about Dad. It just reminds me of just how much of a nice bloke he is. So on you, Shannon. You're a bloody legend, mate. We can't thank you enough. And nothing but love for you and your family from us. So I just want to say.
No, that's very well put.
Sure.
Well, mate, what else is going on? We've got a gig coming up. We
do, yeah. We've got gigs coming up. That's happening. That's going to
This
be
is
wonderful.
the most recent one. Yep. So 2 days after Christmas, if you're in Hobart, what a great Christmas present you could buy your family, your extended family, your distant
All of your
cousins,
families.
or your friends. Why not? Bulk buy and let's have a great one there.
And also,
Gardens.
I think I mentioned it last week. Pete Cornelius and Clinton Hutton. Fantastic. You've got to get on those guys. So it's going to be a really great show. Great lineup. And, yeah.
It is, mate.
Very cool. Very cool.
Anybody ever jumps up to number 8 this week in the charts, which is really cool.
Really cool. We want to hit number one. So you guys have got to keep requesting. You're doing an amazing job so far. It's really cool. Hey, Nick, really quickly, a couple of comments I've seen tonight. Just tell us about where you got the hat from again.
So this wonderful hat comes from Second Rodeo Clothing. You can check them out on Instagram and Facebook and all the on their website. Great Australian company, and good to support some small business. And check it out. Second Rodeo Clothing. Yeah.
Cool.
Do
this song. I've got a little surprise. I want to show people something we're trialing. Don't stress.
Well, he's going off script. Oh my god.
All right. Yeah.
I'll do this song, which was
meant
to be the end of the show, but I will come back.
We'll come back. Right. Talk in 2 seconds.
As we said, anybody ever up to number 8 this week, thank you so much for the support from radio and for you guys for requesting it. So here's a bit of an acoustic version for you. I know your favorite color, your favorite restaurant. When you hear Tiny Dancer, you always sing along. You're crazy on tequila, you love your Tim McGraw. You know I know you and I love it all. I guess you're looking for forever, just like everybody ever. But nobody never held you for that long. But I think we're onto something, so I'm in all or nothing. As a girl I never felt something so strong. Maybe no one ever made you feel forever. Maybe nobody ever made you feel forever. I wanna love you better than anybody ever. I've seen you dance it on, I've seen you turn it on, I've seen you get it so right, I've seen you get it wrong. I know you and your silence, and girl, for what it's worth, I hear you, you don't have to say a word. I guess you're looking for forever, just like everybody ever. But nobody never held you for that long. But I think we're onto something, so I'm in all or nothing. This girl, I never felt something so strong. Maybe no one ever made you feel forever. Maybe nobody ever made you feel forever. I wanna love you better than anybody ever. Maybe nobody ever made you feel forever. I wanna love you better than anybody ever. Than anybody ever. Than anybody ever. Yeah. Anybody ever. Yeah. I guess you're looking for forever, just like everybody ever. But nobody never held you for that long. But I think we're onto something, so I'm in all or nothing. There's a girl, I never felt something so strong. Maybe no one ever made you feel forever. Maybe nobody ever made you feel forever. I wanna love you better than anybody ever. Maybe nobody ever made you feel forever. I wanna love you better than anybody ever. The love on the acoustic.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you, folks. We probably will get around to an acoustic thing at some
That's
point.
what I was going to say.
But
should do
we
an
got
acoustic
we got proper things, in the pipeline. So
like drinking.
not that acoustic things aren't proper things, but we've got studio album things.
Big albums. Hey, Nick, I wasn't going to show people this, but you know what? I'm going off script, and you know what I'm like.
I'm always concerned, but okay. Let's
today I trialed something. Today, for the first time ever, as people know, I've got the farm. Love the farm. Grow a lot of berries.
Mm-hmm.
Today, made the first ever any berry ever wolf jam. Now, this is not actually going to be for sale. This is not for sale, but this is going to be some gifts for some people. Maybe we could do some of these in a competition or something. I don't know, I don't know. We'll have to think of something. Maybe something to do with a music video or something. But a reason I show people this is I want to ask the question: if we were to do, I'm about to hit the fruit season. It's about to get really busy here on the farm. Would you guys be interested in some jams? I don't know if we did a range of jams. Maybe like the raspberry jam was named after one song, and then we did a red currant jelly that was named after another song, and then I just want to know, would you guys be interested in that kind of thing? Because I think it's something we've talked about a bit, Nick, and I think it'd be really, really cool. So if that's something you'd like to see, please let us know. Because I'd like to make that happen. I think that would be really cool. And one other thing, Nick.
Yes.
A few comments. I'm in a different room. I'm into the new house.
You're in a different room.
I'm in a different house. This is the new house. Look at them golden guitars up there. But I'm still moving in.
And what happened on the first night you moved into it's not a new house, by the way. You've done a lot to it, and it's actually a very old house. You're in where you are right now is the original room.
Yeah.
That was made on the farm there. So
this is
it's an old
original
house.
room.
And what happened on the first night you're in there, Tom?
So this is me and Nick's house where we grew up as kids, and it's a generational family home, and we're very lucky that me and my wife are going to raise a family in this house now. But me and Ali have put new carpet, we've painted, lights, made it all pretty and nice and fresh for us. Night one, cooked tea. I thought lovely. Me and Ali are going to have a beautiful night in our home. The wind, we had a big storm down here in Tassie. There's a nice woodshed behind the house which Dad built to keep the wood dry because you need a woodshed in Tassie because, it's cold. So the wind got up, the woodshed roof blew off, smashed into the house, smashed out 3 windows, and I had a glazier come to my house at 10 o'clock at night to replace all the windows. So that was night one in the house. So
welcome
to the house.
I reckon what's happened there is the old spirit of George Wolfe hasn't liked the colour you've painted a lot of it, and he's thought I'm going to blow the roof off here and sort you out. But I'm sure you'll sort it out with old George down there. And
we will.
I'll send my regards to him. And
we will. Good. So no, look, it's good. Look, everybody, thank you so much for joining us week after week. We've decided the last Wolfe Pack Live of the year is going to be December 18. So another couple of weeks. We've got some cool things coming up in the next few weeks. Appreciate you all.
Southbound are on next week.
Who
had the #1 country single with Nosey. We're going to talk to them. That's going to be good. And then, the week after, we've got a couple of special guests, actually. So
we can't confirm.
For our finale episode. So
should we tell them or should we wait?
No, we'll wait.
We'll wait. Okay. We'll wait. There you go.
I'll say, we're going to have a guy on who's a very, very busy man this time of year, and he's made some time into his schedule to talk to us.
He does. He's got a lot of helpers and stuff. So
it's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
Yeah,
so,
that's going to be good. Okay,
enjoy your weekend, folks, and
thank you.
Thanks for joining us again. Thank you to Shannon Noll for joining us tonight, and to all you guys. So have a fantastic weekend and a great week, and we'll see you next Friday night. All the best.
We'll see you guys. Thank you.